In my opinion, there's nothing that's more misunderstood than the work breakdown structure. Sometimes, if you go on the internet or look at different textbooks, you'll see an array of different examples or supposed examples of work breakdown structures that aren't correct. And here's why. A work breakdown structure is a structured outline of what the project will deliver. The work breakdown structure is an elaboration of scope, and that answers what your project will deliver. Not who, not how, not when. Because you're answering what, that means the work breakdown structure will contain only nouns, no verbs. So if you ask someone for a copy of a work breakdown structure and they give you a Gantt chart, it's not a work breakdown structure, that's a project schedule. The work breakdown structure, remember, it's a structured, hierarchical outline of what your project will deliver. It will have only, nouns, no verbs, no activities, no costs, no resources, no durations. So it's easy to get confused. Now you might ask yourself, well, wait a minute, aren't those other things important? Activities, durations, dates, resource assignments. Yes, they are important, but they go in the project schedule. So why focus on what before you focus on who, how much, and when? Well, the thinking is if you focus on what first, then as a next step, you consider the activities that are needed to be completed in order to produce those deliverables. You will make sure that all activities that end up in your project schedule are only those activities that are linked to project deliverables. That way you don't get things mixed up. The only thing you have in the WBS is what. Your schedule is a sequence, a logical sequence with durations and personnel assignments. Those are the activities required to produce the deliverables. So if you think of deliverables first and activities, durations, milestones, resources, costs second, you won't get things mixed up. Otherwise, if you don't resist the temptation just to jump in and create a project schedule, you may have activities in your schedule that don't link to deliverables, and those are wasted activities. After all, that's the sole purpose of the project. It's a temporary organization formed so that deliverables can be produced. That's why you think of what first, and then who, how much, when, etc. So don't get it mixed up. And believe me, some textbooks do get it mixed up. If you go to YouTube and type WBS, you may see something that has verbs in it, that has activities in it. Therefore, it's not a true WBS. And this that I'm telling you today is linked to the PMBOK guide as well as the practice standard for the work breakdown structure in the Project Management Institute site. So don't think fuzzy about the WBS. Understand what it is and what it isn't, and this will distinguish you from other project managers who tend to get these confused, and you'll see a lot of examples. Just see for yourself, Google it, YouTube it, check different textbooks. It is often confused, but it doesn't need to be.